From retro to next gen, we've got it all. I'm George, a Gen X grown-up, and this is Bit by Bit. And here's a Nintendo bit from Nintendo.com themselves. All the announcements surrounding the new Nintendo Switch 2, which is going to launch on June the 5th for $449 MSRP. We have got a ton of information here in this press release, as you might expect. This is their biggest release to date. We've got the console in the package, the Joy-Con 2's grip straps, a dock, an HDMI cable, AC adapter, and a USB-C charging cable. Thank you guys very much for throwing that in for us. They also have a bundle that's going to come out with their brand new hit game Mario Kart World, which is kind of the pack-in thing. Boy, I remember the day when you just got the pack-in cartridge with the game and it wasn't a separate price. But here, that raises the price to $4.99 in the US. A lot of new stuff here. Game chat, so people can talk like they do on Discord. GenXGrownUp.com/Discord for those who haven't joined us yet. It's kind of surprising. I guess they didn't have that before. I don't know. I don't play enough with my Nintendo Switch 1 that I have. I guess it's the Switch 1 now. Whole bunch of new features, large vivid screen, the Joy-Con 2 controllers with a snap, and they can also act like a mouse by sliding it on the surface of a table or a pair of pants. Okay. That's an interesting claim. New freely adjustable stand and a new USB-C port. I guess it'll be more robust or more, I don't know, I guess tougher maybe. Processing speed and GPU performance increases, audio quality increases, internal storage of 256 gigs, which is good for downloading the games. There's also a whole bunch of the original games are going to be compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2, but not all of them, and there's a whole bunch of stuff here to look on the website to figure out exactly which games and accessories will be playable on the new one from the old one. New dock. People can play, multiple people can play one title with Game Share. Okay, that's kind of nice. They're definitely hitting on all the Steam vibes a little bit, right? Virtual game cards, Nintendo Switch Online, which we know a lot about already. Whole bunch of new stuff. And here's the whole stuff about all the new games. Of course, Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bananza. That ought to be fun. We've also got some other ones that I didn't even think about, like Kirby Forgotten Land. That's nice, but where is it? Down here. I think I saw it much, much lower. Yeah. There's some EA Sports stuff down here. NBA 2K. I guess I just don't think of those on there. But look at this one. A Cyberpunk release for the Nintendo Switch. Would have never thought that they would have gone after that game on this platform. Boy, just tons of stuff to read. Here's more MSRPs. All of this looks awesome. You're going to be able to pre-order this thing here shortly. It's going to come out in North America on June the 5th, right? Just kidding. Apparently, the tariff world has hit Nintendo square in the mouth, and just 2 days after that press release, they announced on Friday, players won't be able to pre-order a Switch 2 on April 9th in North America, and they directly blamed President Donald Trump's planned tariffs. Now, we know in looking back that he announced all this stuff, and it's basically tariffing the whole world, and here for gaming fans is the first real, consequence to those actions. So we were going to be able to pre-order these things on April the 9th. Now, they don't know when. They're just saying Nintendo will update timing at a later date. The launch date's still going to happen for the rest of the world. We have no idea what's going to happen here in North America. They're going to have to worry about what the pricing is going to look like because they're going to have to look at the gaming market, how the stock market reacts to this whole thing. It's really interesting. I will have links to both of these articles down in the description so you can go check it out for yourself, do a little bit more research. But yeah, it looked like it was going to be the big announcement of the year for consoles. Now something else is going on. Here's another Nintendo bit of news from our friends over at nerdbot.com. Donkey Kong Bonanza, which we talked about in the last little bit, is going to get its release in July, about a month and a half after the console is released. It's going to come out on July 17th. It is an exclusive to the platform, so we won't be seeing this anywhere, at least not right away, on things like Steam or Xbox 360 or any of that stuff. It's definitely a Nintendo game. I'm very excited about this game because it looks like they're going to change up the format of traditional Donkey Kong games a little bit. We see in here in some of the bullet points, you're going to have scaling walls similar to Link in Breath of the Wild. That could be very cool. You're going to be able to pick up and throw rocks to demolish obstacles and enemies. You're going to be able to dig into the ground with powerful punches. You're going to be able to rip terrain apart and everything. And as you do, that's going to open up the world of exploration to you in this new game. I think that's a really cool and interesting idea for a character like Donkey Kong. Now, don't get worried. There are going to be a lot of the old stuff that we still have. There's going to have minecart rides and 2D side-scrolling sections that are an awful lot like the Donkey Kong Country games, apparently, but this could be a lot of fun. I just really hope I get a chance to try it out here in North America. At this point, who knows, but if we do, I'm definitely going to be playing Donkey Kong Bonanza when it comes out July 17th. And here's a retro gaming bit from ArsTechnica.com that I truly thought was an April Fool's joke. You can see right here it was released on April 1st this year, 2025, but it's all about a game that I had never heard of. Now, I did not have an Atari 8-bit computer like John did. This is based on a game that was for the Atari 800, and it was written by a guy named Bill Williams, who I guess was like not expected to even live very long, and he grew up in the 80s. Had an Atari 800 home computer, I guess the author did that. That's not, sorry, Bill Williams wasn't that guy. Anyway, I read a little bit of this article. It's a very long and well-researched article. It's probably about a 10, maybe 15-minute read or something like that, but I think it's worth learning about this game that probably a lot of people besides me might not have heard of. Here's an Atari arcade gaming bit from our friends at GenXGrownUp.com. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got articles for you to go check out. This one is based on a YouTube video where John attended the Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee, Wisconsin recently, and both Atari and Alan One were there debuting their cabinets. Now, we've all seen the Asteroids cabinet. John did a video already on that one, but this one is the new cabinet for Missile Command Recharged. We've got the video here that you can click directly from this article and go watch over on YouTube. Couple of bullet points just to let you know: updated graphics and sound, sleek cabinet design, classic controls. We've got some stuff about the hands-on impressions of different people that were there at the event. Now, this thing is expensive. Don't get me wrong. This is going to be priced more for arcade operators than it is for home use. But of course, if you're a super fan, they're willing to sell you the cabinet, no questions asked. We got a little bit of final thoughts there from John at the convention, but I highly suggest taking a moment to click on this article, because at least then we know you went to our website, and checking out the YouTube video, watching it in its entirety, because that always helps us here at GenXGrownUp.com, making sure that we can continue to bring you this awesome Atari gaming content. That's going to do it for the news making headlines in the gaming world right now. I am George, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll keep on bringing you the news bit by bit.